Good morning. This is Robert Pultz, and let's get the share all set up here. Here we go. Today we're going to talk about family question again. This is family question 5. Did our family own slaves? Okay. Uh, I'm neither a professional or an expert genealogist. I'm just like you. Uh, been doing this since 1992. I hope that by putting this out there, people give me some ideas about where to search and how to do these processes better. I started doing videos because when I was doing presentations to societies, I was going too fast, and so this way the people can take and stop and view the video and rewind it and see what I'm doing. Slave research falls in the same category as DNA and AI. I'm new to it, and in fact, I had to take 2 courses, actually 3 courses, 3 Zoom meeting courses at 3 different societies to take and get an idea of how to do this. And it's only starting. Okay. Um, each year I have asked my family, I've told them that the, the lamented genealogy slogan is, I wish I'd asked them that. And so I've asked them, I said, we're sitting here, we're live. What questions about the family do you have? And what would you like to know? Because you would know, it's ask them while we're here. And this question was specific to slave ownership. It came about since some of my children have been observing the ancestors of celebrities that have owned slaves on popular TV shows. So that's kind of the source of it. Uh, you see a lot of that on day. The process is going to be the research log. I limited this to 16 great grandparent surnames. Next year I'll open it up more, but that's all I could handle this year. The things that I learned was that that you could go to the 1850 slave schedules and determine who the owners of slaves were, and then the 1860s after that to see if there any additional owners had been. So I'm taking 16 family names and I'm running through these databases. And also, I became aware of the Slave Deed Project. Yeah, didn't even know that existed before. I'd heard of these before. And then just lately, Full Text Search has added a series on court records at Family Search. And I happened to run that this morning as I was getting ready to do this, and there are findings in there. So they're not listed in my summary, but they will be part of next year's analysis. And so we'll have a summary of what we're doing. So let's get started. Here we go. Okay, this is how I return the information to them. Might have some comments on that. First thing is the research log. This is where I've been. And at the top, I put AA at the top so that this will come up to the top. I do this in Zotero. And where is the Zotero? Zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. Okay. Sometimes I just get lost. Okay, put this up here. If you're in my Zotero file, you go through to genealogy, and then you come to family questions, and you come down, did our family own slaves? And here's the list. Well, I wanted to show you today how easy it is to take and convert this. You just come over here, you right click, and you say generate report from the collection. And that's how the report is generated. So you can take and use the tool that's on in Zotero on your browser to enter all this information. And then you can take and add notes. You'll see that I've added a note in here about limiting. This is the families that I've limited it to. So the first one is the Bose, Pulse, and Pulse family, and the locations that I'm looking for. Chaplin, Kennedy, Bell, Hetch, Domer, Arnold, Higginbotham, Kern, Harf. All of these are Indiana, and they all occurred after 1860, so none of them became players, but I did check them anyway. to take and see. So it's all on the pulse side. Higginbotham has been an interesting research program this year. I didn't realize I have so little information on them, and I'm working hard to take and get back to more. All right, where am I? There we go. So that's basically how this is generated. And so if you don't know how to use Zotero to generate research logs, there's several videos in my thing and several examples of doing research logs. Okay, and like I said, this is going to be an ongoing project for years. I keep stumbling over the information now that I'm looking for it, and frankly, I didn't have any interest in it before, but now I have a big interest in it. There's the 16 names. Now, this is how I'm presenting it for the moment, and we'll go through one of these. The key documents, like I said, is the 1850. Oh, that's the 1850 census. That's not the slave schedule. 1860 slave schedule. You need the slave schedule. I don't know how I picked up that again. I thought I'd taken that out of this file. Okay, and then we have the Digital Library on American Slavery. Okay, that's just, and then we have full text search. None of this is entered into the data that I'm going to show you today yet. They just added court records in the last week or two, and so it shows up in those. It didn't show up in the wills unless you read the wills individually, and that's the reason why I know there's going to be more add-on to this project. Now, what I've done is put this in order of the closest to me of people. So David Milton Pulse is going to be my second cousin 4 times removed. Okay. And let's go through him. Let's and view relationship. And he comes in on the John Michael Bowes line. Now, almost all the slave owners are under the Jacob Frederick Pulse family that I found so far. And so we'll see if that changes in the following years. But right now, he's here. His brothers has slaves. George has slaves. I don't know if Jacob Frederick Pulse has slaves, but I'm certainly going to go looking in that direction. Okay. And oops, this is what I wanted to do. Let's see if I can get back to where I need to be. There we go. Okay, this is his family search ID, and this is the 1850 schedule for him. This is the slave schedule that I was trying to show you a minute ago. So see, it's the slave schedules up here. So he owns this, and he has a female that's 21 years old and a male that's 5 years old. So anyway, those are probably household servants. And let's see. Here's what the original looks like. That's the index. Always look at originals when we get a chance. Okay. I'd be interested if, other than these 3 files, 3 or 4 searches that I've done, what searches would you do? Let's see, where is Pulse? McDonald in here. It's on my wife's family sign. Fate. There he is. There it is. Okay. I don't think it goes to the top of the next page. Nope. Okay. I often forget the top of the next page or the next top of the next column or the next page. So get in the habit of doing that. Okay. So he had two slaves. He was in Berkeley, Virginia, United States. This is no surprise because when I do the question about are there any spies in our family, you're going to find that that spy comes out of Berkeley County, West Virginia, and she is a member of the Bowles or the Pulse family, and which is the same family, by the way. And so it's no surprise. I think she's in this line. And I think I've made the connection to this line. So you'll see I have Arnold's, I have Bose's. So these are the likely ones. Through the slaves I found on chaplains, I found all kinds of chaplains, but I haven't been able to find any relationship to me. So it's a lot of work in there to take and figure out where the relationship is to me. Most of the slave documents are not attached to people in Family Search yet. Doesn't look like it's a popular thing to do. Well, one of the things I found is it's not popular to take and look up slave ownership. And so I'm learning as I'm going on this, and I will tell you right off the bat, I am not. I'm not anywhere near done anyway. So the Arnolds, which does not surprise me. And I probably have, when I go back beyond the 16, I'm going to find probably some in the Fries because there's some suggestion of some of the work I've been doing on another question that there are some of the Fries. So I'm trying to find right now a sample. Okay, here's a runaway slave notice. This came out of the database that I was telling you about. North Carolina runaway slaves taken an interest rolling. And Arnold placed an ad about that. Now, that's all I know. So it's not much. But it suggests that he was an owner. He may have been the lawyer for the group. Yeah, here's another one. And then here's a deed. So this deed, and you go to that page, and this is all you get for it is that, and he's working as a power of attorney. So he may be the attorney for the slave owner and not necessarily a slave owner himself. It's a lot. I've got a lot to learn in this area. There's a William K. Arnold, attorney for the granddaughter. And so he shows up quite a bit as an attorney. Okay, now we have somebody that's the principal. Okay. You don't get much more than that from this database. But it does give you some hints on where to take and look. Here's petitions. And Benjamin Arnold, white male petitioner. I think the petitions were for slaves to be freed. I think that's what this is about. But there's no dates or anything on here. Petition number this. Oh, this is a great nuisance to them. Okay. And this is 1830. Okay. So it's kind of interesting to see what's there. So that's that. Now let's see if I've covered everything. I went through that. When you go to the 1860 census, 1860 schedule, and you put in, say, Pulse, there it is right there, and you do a search, I didn't find any additional names. Now, there's a lot of opportunity to do more research in this area. uh, spend more time on it. But the only two names that show up here um, are already on the list. I don't know who these people are. One's in South Carolina, one's in Arkansas. So they're likely distant relatives. Talked about the digital library. This is the recent addition to full text search. And you can see what I searched on over here, slave and pulse. And so these are the court records. This came out like a week or two ago. And just doing that search, you can take and find this information. And this is Jefferson County, Tennessee, which is interesting because my family moved from Jefferson County, West Virginia to Jefferson County, Tennessee. Gets confusing when they just use Jefferson sometimes. And so this is Tennessee, that's Tennessee, this is Tennessee. Here's West Virginia now. It's Jefferson, West Virginia. And so I have to take and dig through these. Here's Franklin, Kansas. Okay. Now, GW was a judge. He was a probate judge in Franklin, Kansas. So it's possible that what he's doing on that is transferring land in our property as part of a estate deal out there. This is after the war, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, what's in that document. So these just came up a week ago. So here's West Virginia deeds in 1885. So, and then, so not all these are going to take and yield what we're looking for, but there's only, a few of them in there. So that's my next step. Please look at the documentation at the end. You'll find associated sites that are asking additional family questions. You will also find in the documentation all the links that I've shown you today. I hope you find this useful. Here's my email address. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you've got any ideas on how to take and do this better and other databases I should be looking at, I'd appreciate that. Put in the comments, send me an email. I respond to emails, but it's slow. I'm getting used to comments, being able to find the comments. The biggest problem is for me to see that I get a comment. And then please email additional topics you think I should take. And thank you for your time. Have a great day.